Ever looked up at the clouds on a rainy day, felt a cool drop on your skin, and thought, "Ah, refreshing"? Well, let's flip that idea completely on its head. Forget everything you know about gentle showers and cozy rainy afternoons. Instead, I want you to imagine looking up at those same gray clouds, but what falls from them isn't water. It's fire. Streaks of liquid flame, raining down from the sky. Sounds like something out of a terrifying blockbuster movie, right? But what would actually happen to our world if, hypothetically, rain was made of fire? The answer is more catastrophic than you can possibly imagine. Stick with me, because we're about to explore the terrifying truth of a world under a fiery sky. First, let's define what fire rain could even mean. Are we talking about literal liquid fire, like lava or magma, or maybe a chemical reaction in the atmosphere, like a rain of burning phosphorus? Let's go with the most visually terrifying option. A substance with the properties of gasoline, but formed in clouds, igniting as it falls. So, instead of a water cycle, our planet now has a fuel cycle. The sun's heat evaporates volatile hydrocarbons from oceans and land. These vapors rise, cool, and condense into clouds, not of water droplets but of highly flammable liquid fuel. Then, a trigger, maybe lightning, maybe atmospheric friction, ignites the clouds, and the downpour begins. The very first fire rain event would be the last event for many. Imagine you're just walking outside and suddenly the sky opens up. It wouldn't be a gentle pitter-patter. It would be a hissing, roaring inferno descending from above. The temperature of this rain would be hundreds, if not thousands, of degrees. Anything and anyone caught in the open would be incinerated almost instantly. Buildings made of wood, plastic, or asphalt would burst into flames. Our cities, our homes, our forests, everything we've built, everything that can burn, would become fuel for a planet-wide firestorm. The immediate devastation is horrifying, but the long-term consequences are where things get truly apocalyptic. Think about our planet's surface. About 70% of it is covered by water. In this new world, those aren't oceans of H2O. They're vast, planet-spanning reservoirs of flammable liquid. Once the fire rain hits these fuel oceans, they would ignite. We wouldn't just have fires on land. We would have entire oceans ablaze. Imagine a sea of fire stretching to the horizon, churning and roaring with unimaginable power. The heat generated would be immense, creating a feedback loop. More fuel would evaporate, creating even bigger, more intense fire rain clouds. It's a runaway greenhouse effect, but with fire. And what about the air we breathe? A global firestorm would consume oxygen at an incredible rate. At the same time, it would pump the atmosphere full of soot, carbon dioxide, and all sorts of toxic gases. The sky would turn permanently black with thick, choking smoke. Sunlight would be blocked out, plunging the planet into a dark, toxic twilight. Breathing the air would become impossible without advanced filtration systems. Any life that survived the initial flames would now face suffocation and poisoning. The very atmosphere would become a deadly enemy. Let's talk about life itself. Life on Earth as we know it is fundamentally based on water. Every cell in every living thing, from the smallest bacteria to the largest whale, needs water to function. In a world where water is replaced by a flammable hydrocarbon, the entire basis for life is gone. There would be no plants, as photosynthesis relies on water. Without plants, there's no foundation for the food chain. Herbivores would have nothing to eat, and carnivores would quickly follow. The entire intricate web of life would collapse in an instant. It wouldn't be a gradual extinction. It would be a sudden, catastrophic wipeout. Could anything survive? It's hard to imagine. Perhaps some extremophile bacteria deep underground, sealed away from the surface inferno and the toxic air, might cling to existence. But on the surface, nothing. It would be a sterile, burning world. The geology of the planet would change too. The intense, constant heat would bake the surface, melting rock and reshaping continents. Mountain ranges could liquefy. The planet would become less like Earth and more like a vision of hell, a constantly burning, smoking orb of molten rock and fire. It's a terrifying thought experiment, isn't it? It shows just how fragile and precious our world's balance is. That simple, wonderful water cycle is the lifeblood of our planet. It's the engine that drives our climate, shapes our landscapes, and makes life itself possible. The next time you feel a cool raindrop, take a moment to appreciate it. It's a reminder that we live on an incredibly special and perfectly balanced world. We're lucky that our clouds are filled with life-giving water and not the stuff of nightmares. This scenario might seem like pure science fiction, but it's a powerful reminder of the delicate systems that keep our planet habitable. The water cycle is a perfect, self-regulating process that has allowed life to flourish for billions of years. Changing just one fundamental element, swapping water for fire, doesn't just change the weather. It unravels the very fabric of reality as we know it. It turns a living, breathing world into a sterile, desolate wasteland. So, what's the takeaway from this fiery apocalypse? It's a profound appreciation for the ordinary. The simple, everyday miracle of a glass of water, a green leaf, or a cool, rainy day. Our world is built on a foundation of chemical and physical laws that are perfectly tuned for life. It's a delicate dance of elements, and we have front-row seats. Let's not take for granted the gentle rain, the blue oceans, and the breathable air. They are the true treasures of our world, far more valuable than anything else. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild and terrifying journey into a world of fire rain. It's a dark thought, but one that hopefully gives you a new perspective on the beautiful world we actually live in. If you enjoyed this thought experiment and want to explore more mind-bending what-if scenarios, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what other crazy hypotheticals you'd like me to tackle next. Until then, stay curious and maybe go enjoy a nice, cool glass of water.